Righty. Here we are at Pastor B's kitchen table. I thank all you for coming back to the table. You know, this is the place where we chop it up, break it up, and put it back together again here at the kitchen table. Call your mama, call your daddy, tell them we're live here at the table. I'm so glad to have today a special guest, Chef Yo. Chef Yolanda, will you say hello to the kitchen table?
Hello, kitchen table. How y'all doing this afternoon?
All right, Sister Yo, I am just tickled pink to have you, sister, because you've been doing this thing. I have been talking about entrepreneurship, and you are an entrepreneur personified. You are doing this thing. Tell everybody, just tell them who you are, what you do, and how you got started.
Well, my name is Yolanda Henry. Everyone knows me as Chef Yo. I'm the owner and executive chef of Nuxes, Inc. Right now, we have a platform of 4 different organizations. One is Nuxes Catering. We just opened in July, Nuxes Table, a pop-up restaurant in downtown Houston. And we also have our meal prep line, Nuxes on the Go. And we have an etiquette and training program called J. Louise Institute. And so we have 2 locations right outside of Stafford. Right in Stafford is our production kitchen. And then downtown Houston, 1926 West Dallas is our office and the restaurant. We've been doing catering for 18 years now, Pastor B, 18 years. And so we started, you know, it's been a full circle because now with COVID, we're back to doing private dining, small events, you know, intimate settings. And that's pretty much how we started out. I moved to Houston in 1998, and I came here from Louisiana for employment. I was working in the financial industry for 4.5 years, and just decided that wasn't for me. So I went to culinary school, got my culinary degree, and I've been doing catering ever since. I've worked for large corporations, the Marriott. I've worked for some catering companies. I've been also worked for A-Leaf School District. So my skill set and my journey has been really wide. I really wanted to figure out what I really enjoy doing, and catering is it.
Wow. Now, Chef Yo, you know, everyone from Louisiana claims they can cook. Everybody. You know that. All people can swear they can cook. So
we can.
Yes, we can. I know. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the boot. I understand. Yes, we can. Some better than others. But listen, here's my question. How did you know to make that transition from just cooking for family and friends to going to a business?
Well, I have to honestly say my path has been directed for me, definitely. My boys, Jamal and Jordan, were little, very small when I decided to make the transition. I'm just an outgoing person. I always enjoy projects. I always enjoy doing something new, something different all the time. So sitting at a desk just wasn't satisfying for me. And while I was at the desk, I was cooking the whole time. So, you know, potlucks, somebody just felt like eating. Oh, chef, Yo, can we make some breakfast tomorrow? You know, so it just kind of started out that way. And then once I transitioned out and started doing those small events, my son's school, the Barrington School in Stafford, actually the principal, Miss B, approached me to take over her lunch program. And so that was my first beginning. It was about 175 students that I was feeding every day for lunch. And that opportunity, because it was outside of the scope of my home, I ended up having to invest into getting a commercial kitchen. And so now you have a commercial kitchen. Now you have electricity bill. Now you have rent. So you know, the bill's gonna start stacking up real soon. Now you need a transportation. Now you need a bigger vehicle.
Yeah.
So that financial background jumped in and said, okay, you know, let's match the numbers up. And so the Barrington School was a great opportunity, but it wasn't enough to keep us going. So I was asked by the city of Stafford, the mayor of the Stafford, to do a luncheon for him at the Houston Community College in Stafford. And I always give Houston Community College the greatest thanks, because they are the ones that really jump-started my corporate career.
Okay.
Through that luncheon, I met quite a few board members and event planners on that committee, Susie Molina, Martha Barrera, a couple other people. And basically everywhere they go, they took me. And so I always say, you know, we're in a relationship building business. That's what that's my slogan. And I just pretty much, you know, build those relationships, cultivate those relationships, and nurture them. And, you know, here it is, 15, 17 years later, we're still that's one of my largest contracts.
Amen. So, Sefio, there are people who are watching and they want to make that leap. They want to make that leap from just cooking from mamas and birthday parties, and they want to actually go into business. What have you learned about the business side of this that someone really needs to consider before jumping into this?
Definitely from what I see looking back, and a lot of the processes that I've had to backtrack on are operations procedures, making sure that you have your, you know, a plan. I started out without technically a business plan.
Yeah.
I because of my corporate background, I think I was able to be a little bit more successful at that because of that. But I still found out that I had challenges along the way. And, you know, getting training on employee management, getting training, that's one of my biggest challenges, I have to say, is just employee retention and just management of different personalities, you know, the scheduling. And that's a really heavy load. And so, you know, we started out as one, you know, just me. Then I found you can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
You know, so you can't do everything by yourself. So you have to hire somebody to help you. And so I would say, you know, from a beginning space, you know, look at your finances, see where you are, have a plan of
right.
where would you like to be. And I still always say, don't dream small, dream big.
Amen.
And start out with a bigger dream and then work towards it. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, we dream small or we think small, and then those opportunities come our way and we're not prepared. Yeah. And so one of my favorite saying, and you'll probably hear anybody say that, I mean, I stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
I stay ready, you know. So, you know, think ahead, think far ahead. You may not have to trigger or pull a trigger on those ideas or those thoughts, but at least think big enough to where when those opportunities come your way that you're ready. You know, have a solid foundation, you know, have a plan, have your resources, have your finances. Along the way, I have found that collaboration and partnership is huge for me, because, you know, again, going back to can't do it by yourself, but then at the same time, you know, Greater Houston Black Chamber, SCORE Houston, Live Fund Houston, those organizations that HMSDC, there's so many organizations that are pushing for small businesses to be successful. And so, you know, get some certifications, do some networking, networking everywhere right now, you know, on the internet. Yeah. So it's a lot of different, I would say it's probably about 9 different models that you have to go through to build a successful business. But the beginning phase of that is definitely having a plan.
Have a plan. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's amazing how God has expanded. I've watched you over the years, how God has expanded you. Now you've got these different platforms. And even during this pandemic, I'm sure you've had to make some adjustments, but you still prosper.
And you know, that goes back to those late night ideas written down on a piece of paper in a tablet, or those forward thinking. You know, if I didn't have nothing to do, what would I do? Yeah. If something happened here, what would I do? Yeah. If this would go down, what would I do? Yeah. So, or what would I like to do next? So I've always thought about different projects that I wanted to accomplish, or just to try, beta test it. So during the pandemic, our sales went down 96%. Yeah. Instantly. Boom. No money. Nobody's entertaining. Nobody's catering. Everybody's scared to leave out their house. Right. So what did I do? I looked on the news. The only thing that's open is restaurants. Curbside. That's all I kept hearing was curbside. Right. So I have 2 pieces of property that I currently need to pay some rent on. So I'm like, okay, curbside is jumping right now. Let me look into what I could do curbside. So we started a 6 weeks. We start out a 6-week program in the Stafford location, using an app called Child Now, and we just started marketing curbside daily meals. Wow. You know, come and pick up your family meals. Come and pick up lunch. We stayed open from lunch like 11. We opened like 11 to 6, yeah. And curbside service. And so that was absolutely great. It gave us an opportunity to try something new. We provided a service. We saw a need, and we executed that. Well, after doing that, I'm like, well, my downtown location is still, nothing is going on down there. We still got rent to pay. So I called up some of my consultants, Joy of Consulting, Joy Hutton and Kyra Hartwick with the Kyra Company. We got together, and you know, I was like, hey, y'all want to help me open a restaurant? They was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Well, my downtown location, the concept of it was private dining anyway. Uh-huh. So we just took our 3 dining. It's a single family home that was our office and an entertainment space. We have a full outside 10 by 30 patio in the back. And so we just section off each one of those rooms in the house, is 3 rooms, into private dining spaces. So the concept is really unique and special because you'll never have to sit in a room with anybody else.
That's right.
You make your reservation on Open Table, and then you come in and you have dinner with us. We have that Louisiana style cooking, but it's on an upscale concept, but still casual dining. Yeah. So you're getting that experience of, an intimate setting in a COVID safe space. And so we're just looking at all those boxes that people need to feel safe in dining right now. Yeah. And so, that's how we transition through COVID.
You know, so many people have talked about going into the food service industry and just how volatile it is. You know, how it's, you start up and many don't make it because it's just so much involved in it. But yet you've been able to navigate those waters and collaborate and have partnerships and all those kind of things. Which you able, I like you said you went to culinary school and you made partnerships and you with HCC and all those kind of things. You have really done well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. God has been good. Prayerful days, stressful days. It's not always a easy transition every day, but I don't have a spirit of giving up. So I just, when something don't go right, I'll figure out something else, or let's try something else. So it's I've never seen this many entrepreneurs in the food industry ever. You got your food trucks coming up. You have your these restaurants coming up with all just amazing food. So I really feel like COVID has encouraged us to do those things that we probably never would have done before.
Exactly. That's right. We would never considered it. It is really shaken all of our comfort zone and made us operate in a new reality.
Exactly.
Yeah, we never would have thought of this. So Chef, tell me this: being an entrepreneur, what impact does it have on the family?
Oh, gee whiz. It's tough. It's tough. My husband James, everybody knows him as Chad. He's absolutely amazing. He supports, when I tell you, Pastor Bobby, anything that I do, he supports it. My boys, they support me. And so it's hard because being the female of the house out so many hours of the day, that work-life balance has always been a struggle for me. But I had to figure it out. I didn't want to miss those. I work Thanksgiving every year. Yeah. My boys know I work Thanksgiving every year. I try not to work Christmas Day or the week of Christmas, just because they were always out of school. Yeah. So I just came up with a plan for us as a family, and it's like I map out times of the year that I shut my phone off. I shut everything down. Yeah. I won't answer a call. I won't answer email. It's all about them. Right. And so over time, that became something for them to look forward to, something for me to look forward to. And it started working really well for us. But, long nights, it's a lot of long nights being an entrepreneur, because, just because everybody else is asleep don't mean you can necessarily sleep, because you're trying to get ready for that next morning, that next day, trying to cross your I's, dot your T's. So it definitely is a challenge. And you just, you have to figure out what works out best for you as a business person, but definitely make time for your family. Definitely make time for yourself, because burnout is real.
Amen. Amen.
Burnout is real. If you feel tired or you feel like you're too stressed out, take a break. I mean, it's gonna be okay. You can't tackle the world in one day. So,
amen. That's a good word.
It'll be there tomorrow. Yep.
So why Nuxes? Nuxes. Why'd you name it that?
Nuksy is was my grandmother's nickname. So my grandfather called her Nuksy, and I grew up at her footsteps every day on the farm. My grandparents were sharecroppers, and they raised okra. They planted and harvested okra. We had okra farm, and every spring we went and get chickens, little chicks. I grew chickens, ducks, all of that. And so I kept saying, I want to open my own catering company. What would be a name that nobody would ever have? And so, that was unique to her, and that was definitely a dedication to her. The spelling of it, we didn't know how to spell it. I tell everybody that. But the fork in the logo is actually a Y. So it's Nuksy.
Yeah.
There's a heart on top of it. So cooking with love.
Cooking with love.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it started.
That makes I'm sure your family be proud of you. You have done extremely well being from Louisiana and all that good food down there. You brought it across the state line.
Yes, absolutely. I brought it across the state line, and I bring it back every time they call me.
So there's someone watching, and they're saying, okay, I hear you. I hear your organization. I hear your administration. But they want to know, how do they go about developing a business plan? Where should they start? How do they develop? How do they move away from just their kitchen to a comprehensive business plan? What would you tell them?
I would tell them definitely reach out to HCC has a small business program. Okay. HMSDC has a small business program. SBDC has a small business program. Lift Fund has a small business program. There's a lot of organizations out there that are so focused on helping entrepreneurs, and most of them are free. So you just, they're more than welcome to inbox me, send me an email. I can help them out. chefyo@nuxes.com. I do quite a bit of consulting on the side for young entrepreneurs. I have a mentorship program right now. We mentoring like five different, and not even in catering. It's just entrepreneurs that follow me, and I help them through their business process or questions that they may have. But there's a lot of organizations right now, like I said, that can actually help you build that program for yourself. But having a good idea of where you want to go and where you want to be, so that once you arrive at those institutions, they can help you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for making yourself just a human resource. Thank you so much, because that is so neat. I love what you're saying, because many times people get stuck. They got an idea or a passion for it, but they don't know how to monetize that passion.
Right.
Right.
And resources, you have to have some sort of resources to get started. Invest in yourself, invest in yourself. You don't have to start off big.
Yeah.
You start within your means, and then you grow from there, but do what you say, mean what you say,
wow.
and back up what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, don't just jump out the gate and then you're not ready. And then it becomes a disappointing situation for you and your clients. So, start at your own pace and don't be pushed into doing something that you don't feel that you're ready to do. And then once you're ready, then you're ready.
Wow, that's a good word. Don't be pushed into it. That's right. Wow.
Right. Because a lot of people see things in you or what they feel like you should be doing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's something that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So, pray about it, let God lead you, and definitely, go with what's in your spirit and beat at your own drum.
Man. So Chef, what's next for Nuxes? What's next?
Oh, what's next? Oh, I'm ready for COVID to be
Yeah.
Well, definitely this the restaurant concept. We're looking to put those into a cafe style in several parts of the city. We definitely want to do that. We're looking at expanding our kitchen model to in our training program. That's something that we were working on before COVID, into a larger space to where we can definitely be that in-house working training facility. We have a couple of bids out for contracts to take over some catering for one contract for University of Houston. So we put in a bid in for that. So there we have a lot of irons in the fire, waiting for some answers or some just one, share the mic and the money now with Waste Management and Greater Houston Black Chamber. So we have some opportunities coming from there. So definitely even though we're in COVID, we're still building. We're still looking for opportunities. We're still putting ourselves out there for, those bigger projects that may come along or scheduled to come along after the doors open back up.
That is awesome. So you still got a vision, still dreaming, still going forward. You're not stuck.
No. Yep. And so tomorrow, what I'm doing today, tomorrow is the 26th annual Pinnacle Awards for the Greater Houston Black Chamber. Okay. And so we just launched one of our new projects is a meal kit, a dinner box. So a part of the Pinnacle Awards ticket purchase, you're gonna each recipient will receive a delivery from us with our new dinner box. So that's one concept that we just started. We do have our Nuxes tea punch. So we're working on getting that labeled and bottled and into the stores, or definitely in a distribution concept. So, looking back at again, catering is not going on. What can be a tangible product
Right.
that people can still enjoy? And
Right.
so we have 72 stops tomorrow.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so the sales went really, really well. Really excited about that. So
Chef, I
yeah.
have one final question for you that many entrepreneurs talk about all the time. And
Mhm.
that is, how do you retain good health?
Retain good health?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. That's a big question.
Yeah.
Sleep is important. I do
Help,
know
help,
that.
help, help, help.
Oh, health.
Help.
Oh,
Yes.
not health.
Yes.
Good health. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Good help.
Yeah, it's a recruiting process. I get a lot of help from other people to help me make better decisions. I'm a person that operates by emotions,
Yeah.
so I need someone that's more level-headed to, and so I hire. I have an HR team that helps me find and interview and locate great people. Retaining them, I'm just, we're good to our staff. My chefs, both of my chefs, have been with me. One of them has been with me 15 years. The other one has been with me 5. So pretty much my whole team has been with me at least 8 to 9 years. And so, we think on the same path, and we work hard. I pay them well, and we do what we need to do, and then we go home.
Yeah.
And so I'm a very transparent person,
Right.
and I'm very vocal and directive, specific on what I need to get done. So there's hardly any margin of conflict, because I always make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna teach you, even if you come in green.
Right.
It doesn't matter. If you're teachable, I will show you. I will teach you. Everybody that has worked for me has come and been able to move on to do great, great things. Several of them have bought homes, cars, built families while they were with me. So,
Wow.
we just try to make sure that we take great care of our team.
Amen. Amen, Chef. That's what I'm talking about. Just a tremendous job and providing leadership and being honest about it. I like what you said about say what you mean what you say, deliver, keep your promises, and all those kind of things, because there's no way you can do all this by yourself. That's obvious.
Yeah.
I like what you said about, that you're an emotional person, so you need someone sometimes to help you make the decision that's not an emotional decision.
Right.
And you got a team around you. So that's important, because a lot of time entrepreneurs talk about, I just can't find or keep good help. And not just in the food service industry, but in all industries.
Yeah.
Just trying to find some good people. And they've been with you
Well,
that long.
and then, what I think, what I've learned too about that, and I've made this mistake over and over again, until I finally realized, it's not that we not finding good people. A lot of times as leaders, we're not giving good instructions, and we don't have our systems in place in order to give that employee direction. Yeah. So, something as simple as a daily work schedule or a cleaning schedule. Oh, he didn't clean well. Well, did you tell them what they needed to clean every day, or you just expect them to know how to clean? Yeah. Sometimes we think those may be those something so small that everybody should know, but sometimes it's not the case. Or I know, but I don't know how you want it done. So those instructions, those processes and procedures, and those operation steps, showing your staff the big view of the project, having team meetings, those things are so critical to retaining your staff. So it may not be necessarily that we're not having good people, but sometimes we have to look at, are we a good leaders, and so just as they have to learn, we have to continue to learn. I'm always in a self-development process, a reflection, or okay, well, if this didn't work out, let me see if did I do something? You know, could I have done something a little better or done it differently to have a different outcome?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, you got to look at it on both sides of the spectrum.
Hey, man, thank you for your transparency, honesty. And I thank you so much, Chef Yo. Chef Yo, you know, I know I got to let you go because you got a whole lot of stops to make and a whole lot of things get done before the sun goes down. But and then I know that you have some high-end food, some high-scale food for those particular guests that you serve. You got something for everybody, really. But my final question is can you make gumbo?
Oh, wait, can I make some gumbo? Yes. So we have chicken and sausage with okra gumbo. We have seafood gumbo. You can have we have a deluxe seafood gumbo that has oysters, crabs, shrimp, andouille sausage. Yes, we can definitely do that. We sell our gumbo by the cup, by the gallon. We get a lot of orders for those coming in for at home. Definitely will be available for the holidays. Holiday menu. We've been trying to get that one out to everybody. Last week, but that didn't happen with Pinnacle, and so definitely have that coming out next week for sure. But yeah, we make gumbo. We have Cajun turkey, Louisiana style dressing, cornbread dressing. You know, my peach cobbler and that blackberry cobbler, your favorite. Yeah, yep, we still doing that.
Tell my secret.
Yeah. We still doing that too.
The cobbler.
Exactly. Yes, sir. So got a lot to offer.
God bless you, dear. I think about Jeremiah. God told me got plans for him. The plans I have, you declare the Lord. And God, I've had plans for you, and you're walking in those plans. And the thing I can see every time I talk to you, you love what you do. It's obvious. You love it.
I love it. I really do. I love it. And when you love what you do, you want to do it. You give all that you can to it, and you know, it's great. It's a great feeling to do something that you're, you know, people say passion, but I love what I do. I love serving people. I love cooking. And I love the project work and seeing different people's dreams or their thoughts come true. And if I'm able to help that happen, then that's all I need. Amen.
Give the audience one more time your email address in case they want to contact. What's your email address again?
Okay, so my email address is chefyo, CHEFYO, at Nuxes, NUKSYS.com. And y'all can feel free to check out my website, Nuxes.com. It's always changing. Definitely have tons of information out there, menus, more information about us, the training, event consultation forms for weddings, birthday parties, showers. All of that's available at the venue downtown. And then you also can go to our open table, opentable.com/Nuxes table, and make your reservations for dinner or Sunday brunch.
Hey, man, with family table, at kitchen table, there it is. You've heard what she has said, and this is so important in a time like this because God's put on many of your hearts to be an entrepreneur, but you've been afraid. Maybe not in the food service industry, but in some other industry. And what you're seeing from what Chef Gio has just said, you got to have the faith, courage, the heart, dream big, think big, pray big. Know it's work, but it's worth the work. And so God is calling you to a season of leaving the comfortability you're in, or maybe you've been forced out because of this pandemic. Whatever the case may be, you can still live, you can thrive, and do what God left you here to do. You can be an entrepreneur, and you ought to be what God placed you to be. So may God bless you. May God keep you. May you tell your family and all your friends that you heard today from Chef Yo yourself, and you're looking forward to hanging your own shingle and doing what God has put in your heart to do in such a time as this. Have a good day, and I'll see you next Friday right here at the kitchen table. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.